Hey everyone, my name is Samantha.Archuleta. Welcome to my channel. I will be doing stories off of Reddit. If you have your own, go ahead and share them in the comments below, or I have an email that I will be putting right here if you would like to email me your own story and I read it for you. I'm going to start off with a few. This is all sisters and sister-in-law drama. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister it's not my fault she became a mom instead of finishing college? I'm always caught in the crossfire with my sister. Basically, my family used me as a punching bag. I'm 19 female. My sister, 28 female, have a good thing going. After high school, she went to college for sale and finance to do real estate. She was 17 when she got into college because she graduated early. She got in the mix with her boyfriend. At that time, her boyfriend was 36 and they met because he was at a college party and he got to her. No one could tell her anything about him. It was crazy because she was deep in love with him. Our parents did not approve of this relationship because they thought it would ruin her future. She ghosted everyone. No one knew that she dropped out until 2 weeks later. She wasn't leaving her boyfriend and no one could stop her. She only dropped out because he wanted her to, and I guess made her believe college wasn't good enough. She stopped calling everyone. If we would call them, her phone would go right to voicemail. Anyways, she has 5 kids with her husband now, still going strong. Recently had her baby on Mother's Day. I barely talk to her, off and on. She used to be fun to be around, but she finds fun in being with her kids, and that's good. She cooks all day, cleans, washes clothes, lost many friends. Now that I'm in college, I study finance as well. My sister didn't know because she never cared to ask, because she has her own family now. I was surprised to get a call from her. We ended up having a deep conversation. That's why she finally asked what I was doing in college. I told her I was doing finance for real estate and I guess something just clicked. She asked why was I copying her. It was so random for her to ask. I told her I wasn't copying her, but she threw multiple questions at me. She then asked if I thought I was better than her because I'm taking her spot. That sounds like she's having regrets that she didn't finish college and she didn't finish her degree. That's on her. It was weird because she was going crazy. I was trying to calm down the situation, but she added it. She was projecting on me, saying that I'm never going to be in her spot. I told her it wasn't my fault she became a mom and didn't finish college. I made her cry. She called her mom. My mom told me what an ass I was being, and of course, I second guessed myself, so I might be wrong. You're not in the wrong. She didn't finish college. She got with a guy that was nearly 10 years older than her, if not more, because she was in college and he was 36. So, like 10, 15 years older than her. She has 5 kids. She's made being a mom her whole life. And she's not happy. So she's projecting her misery onto you, and that's not right. I really hate when, if you have a similar interest to your sibling, they immediately are like, why are you copying me? Like, or asking, why do you always gotta act better than me? You're not better than me. Like, that is them projecting how miserable they are in their life onto you, and that's just not right. It's honestly very disgusting and just very, very not right to the situation. I'm, God, it's really, really gross that the siblings just can't act right with each other. Okay. Would I be the asshole if I didn't give my sister my baby's old belongings? Hi, my sister has just found out they are expecting their first child after trying for the last 8 years. God, I feel that. Me and my husband just had our first baby. She's not even 4 months old yet. And we were trying for 6.5 years. So I feel that I am very excited and happy for her. But this is where my question comes in. My sister struggles for money, and although I am not well off, my partner has a decent job and my kids have everything they need. My sister has asked if she can have my baby's cot as it's still somewhat brand new, as my baby only slept in it once as he bed shares with me. She also wants his Moses basket, baby carrier, old baby clothes, sleeping bags, and his pram, which she still uses and we paid a lot of money for. I have said no to the pram, as although my son would be 2 when her baby is born, we would probably still use it. Me and my partner have also not ruled out baby number 3, which my sister knows, but right now doesn't seem to take into consideration. So if I give her our old baby bits, we would have to re-buy again. Both my sisters and their partners are saying, as I'm not using them, it's selfish and greedy to not let her have them. My sister is also asking for me and my other sister to throw her a baby shower. It's not her stuff. You and your partner bought that stuff and you're planning on having a, not planning, but you haven't ruled out having a third baby. And that's not her decision to make if you want to keep on to that stuff, because it's also memorabilia from you having your current child and even your first child if you had some of it then. Like that's, she's not entitled to your stuff. Okay, this is completely normal and I'm happy to. However, she wants it to be the best shower anyone has ever had, in a beautiful private venue with lots of indoor outdoor space, food, drinks, games, obscene amounts of decoration, lots of presents, massive cake, the lot, and of course, at mine and other sisters' expense. This is where I'm probably pissed and somewhat petty. When my sisters threw me a baby shower for my first, it was in my garden with 2 banners, small cake, no food, and a popper to reveal the gender. Yes, I did get presents from everyone and had the best time, and it was perfect. But why is that good enough for me, but not for her? My other sister is on her side, as she has been wanting this child for so long, so we should be expected to give her everything. That's not how that works. Yes, you can get her new stuff and presents, but what about her friends, other family? Why is it just on you and your sister? That's just not right. What is also pushing me to resent this whole idea was when I was pregnant with my second baby, my sisters were vile to me over family inheritance money and me following a will our grandmother made. Things turned nasty, and I was uninvited for everything going on in their lives, plus slagged off to everyone. When my second son was born, they visited him twice in his first year. We have kind of got closer after my dad passed away, but they would never discuss what happened with me, as their attitudes being, it's in the past, get over it. Clearly, by my writing this, and even as I'm saying it, I know I'm not over it. I pretend for my kids' sake, but it hurts a lot. I'm trying to stay calm and supportive, but I feel like she is taking the piss out of me, and I don't know how to handle it or what to say. I don't want to lose my sisters again, but I don't think it's fair for how they treated me to get what they want now. It's not your sister's items. She's not entitled to the stuff that you and your husband bought for your baby, or even what you guys had got from family and friends. You are not the asshole. I 100% believe that you are not the asshole, and that is not on you. If she wants that stuff, in all honesty, she's had 8 years to save up. If she really wanted a baby, she would have been putting a little bit of money back to try to have money for when she got the baby. That's an asshole thing to say. In all honesty, she needs to buy her own stuff. And I know it's not conventional, but she can always get stuff used off of Facebook Marketplace or at garage sales. Like I said, I have a nearly 4-month old, and about half the stuff I have for her, my family and friends got at garage sales for me because it was easier on them financially. On to the next story. Am I the asshole for telling my sister in law about my miscarriages after she said I couldn't understand her loss? I'm a 34-year-old woman, married with a 1-year-old daughter. My husband and I have had a very difficult time starting a family. I've had 4 miscarriages before we finally had our little girl. It was an emotional journey, but I don't often talk about it. Only my husband, my parents, and my 2 older sisters know what we went through. I am so sorry for every loss you've had. My sister in law, who is 31, is someone we love and care about, but she tends to make everything about her struggles. She recently had a miscarriage, and I truly feel for her. I've offered my support, checked in with her, and made sure she knew I was here for her. She's been very open about her loss, both online and at family gatherings, and I've tried to be respectful and understanding. Over the weekend, we were at my sister-in-law's house for dinner. She was once again talking about her miscarriage, which is totally valid. My daughter was sitting on my lap playing and not really following the conversation. At one point, my sister-in-law began crying. My daughter noticed and tried to comfort her. She leaned forward, wanting to give her aunt a kiss. I told my sister-in-law what my daughter wanted to do, but she immediately said no in a harsh tone. My daughter was confused, so I gently told her to give me a kiss instead. My husband said he thought that was a bit rude, and I agreed. I get that she's grieving, but it was just a sweet gesture from a toddler. It's from a damn toddler. All they know is that you're crying. Accept the damn kiss. Don't be a bitch. Then she made a comment about how hard it is that both of her brothers have healthy children while her child is gone. She said she loves her niece, but it hurts seeing us with her. That really stung. I've never looked at anyone else's kids while I was struggling and felt bitterness. I've always been happy to see others experience joy, even when I was in pain myself. It is completely okay to grieve, but you cannot take that pain and anger out on others. That's not right. Then she said something that pushed me over the edge. She claimed we couldn't possibly understand what she was going through because we've never lost a child. At that point, I spoke up. I told her we actually do understand because I've had 4 miscarriages. I explained that it took us years to finally have our daughter, and it wasn't an easy road. My mother-in-law came over and hugged me. She said she was sorry I had to go through that and didn't know. My sister-in-law was surprised and asked why I had never said anything. I told her I'm a private person and I process pain differently. I've never felt the need to share something so deeply personal unless it felt right. I also mentioned that I try to stay mindful that everyone has their own burdens, which is why I don't open up easily. That's valid. Like, everybody else is going through some things. You don't know if they also just had a miscarriage or if they just found out that they're pregnant and want to celebrate. And you don't want to ruin their mood for what you're going through. Later, my husband told me his sister called and was upset. She accused me of making it a competition, said I hijacked the conversation, and claimed I was trying to make her pain about me. She also said my comment about everyone going through something was passive aggressive and made her feel like I was downplaying her grief. My husband thought the whole thing was ridiculous and even laughed when telling me, but now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, or maybe the timing was wrong. I didn't want to make her feel worse, but her assumptions that I couldn't understand was too much. So was I wrong for saying something? Was it too much in the moment? Am I an asshole? You're not wrong. She was kind of attacking you in her own grief, and that's not right. I don't think it was too much in the moment. I think now she's just trying to make it more about her so she gets the attention. She kind of sounds like an attention seeker. And I'm sorry that you and her have both had to go through that, but it's not right for her to take it out on you. It's actually quite disgusting of a personality to turn around and assume you know something about somebody when you don't. On to the next story. Am I the asshole for telling my sister in law that I don't need parenting advice from her? I, 28 female, am married to my husband, 32 male, for 4 years and have a 19-month-old daughter. My sister in law, 39 female, husband's sister, has 2 kids, 13 female and 3 male. My sister is a helicopter parent, whereas I am a chill parent. I let my daughter explore stuff on her own, let her fall, picking herself up, etc. But my sister in law's kids are not even allowed to stumble, and if they do, then it is made a big deal and the kids are not allowed to walk again for a few hours. So we have a lot of clashes regarding our parenting styles. I have 2 rules with my daughter. 1. No screen time. 2. No distraction feeding. I follow these 2 very strictly, and these are the main things that annoy my sister in law. My sister in law's kids are very bad with their eating habits. They won't even touch the food without screen time, including the 13-year-old. Sometimes the daughter sits in front of the TV with food for more than an hour, and the toddler would be running around the house with the TV and mobile running with his favorite videos playing, and someone has to be chasing him around the house to feed him. My daughter sits in her high chair and eats within 10 minutes. If it is something mushy like rice or porridge, I hand feed her, and if it is something dry, she eats it herself. My daughter also knows her limit. If she is full, she tells me, no more, and then I stop feeding her. A couple of times I tried feeding her after she said no and she threw up everything she ate, so I stopped trying. If she says she is full, I accept it and don't force her to eat more. This has been an issue with my sister in law. She believes that my daughter is eating less than she should be eating at this age. I checked with my daughter's pediatrician, and she said that my daughter is healthy and active, and also she is of the correct weight for her age. But my sister in law does not accept this. She said that I should try distraction feeding with my daughter so that she doesn't realize how much she is eating and eats more than she would usually eat. I told her that is not how it works, at least not with my child. She does not accept it. Screen time is horrible for children, especially the younger they are. It is awful. It rots their brain. Honestly, I had a lot of screen time as a child and I hate it. Like now I'm searching for dopamine through my phone, and a lot of the time it's not there anymore. There is not a lot of entertainment out in the world anymore. It is all just everybody repeating the same thing. She even once tried putting on the TV when I was feeding my daughter her lunch. I quietly took my daughter's chair to the other room and fed her her lunch. I told my husband to deal with his sister, and he has told her gently that both our kids are different and what works for hers might not work for ours. When she refused to give up, He had a huge fight with her over this. Still, she did not back down. Even my mother in law has asked her to stop interfering on how I raise my kid and focus on hers, but she refuses to give up. Today I made omelet for my daughter for breakfast, and she was eating it herself. My sister in law was watching silently. When my daughter ate 3/4 of the omelet, she said she was done, and since she had a glass of milk half an hour before, I said okay and was clearing her plates. And boom, that's it. My sister in law lost it. She said I was being a neglectful mother. I was choosing my ego to win against her over my daughter's health. And when my daughter grows up, she will abandon me and go far away because I choose to let my daughter eat on her own instead of hand feeding her everything, which improves the mother daughter bond. And she kept going on and on. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. So, children can actually tell when they are full. Babies from birth, if they are full, they'll push the bottle out with their tongue. If they're breastfed, they'll turn their head away. It is something kind of ingrained. It's an instinct that when they're full, stop eating. And if you follow those cues as they get older, they will continue to tell you as they get older, hey, I'm full. Hey, I don't want to eat this. My tummy's full, Or they'll kind of like shove the food away. It is an actual response that babies and toddlers and young children have if taken care of properly. She is not the mother and she needs to keep her 2 damn cents to herself. I tried to ignore her, I really did, but she followed me to the kitchen and still kept going on about how I am a bad mother because when my daughter falls down, I don't rush to pick her up. Instead, I tell her that she is okay and expect her to get up on her own. That's how they learn. Can her kids walk yet? I understand she has a 13-year-old daughter, but can her 3-year-old son walk? I got fed up. I told her to shut up and mind her own business. I would have added a few cuss words in that. I told her I don't need parenting advice from someone like her because she hardly does any parenting with her kids. My mother-in-law takes care of both the kids. Sister-in-law works a 9 to 4 job, and even after coming back from work, she expects mother-in-law to take care of the kids. And the little parenting that she has done is so horrible that her teenage daughter wouldn't know if I throw a live snake in her plate because she is so engrossed in the TV that she wouldn't know what she is eating and how much she is eating, which could mean that her daughter is on the way to obesity, probably. And that's sad. I really hope, oh God, I really hope her daughter realizes this as she gets older. Also, your mother should not be raising your kids. If they're babysitting while you're at work, fine. But when you get home, you are the parent and you need to start acting like it. And feeding her son is such a chore that even she refuses to do it and expects my mother in law to feed him. At least my daughter is well behaved and respects the food that is given to her no matter how little she eats. I am happy and satisfied as long as my daughter is healthy, happy, and well behaved. I don't care about anything else. Those are my priorities, not the quality of her food. I also told her that if taking her advice would get my daughter to eat more but behave like her kids, then I'd rather have my daughter eat less. I agree. Sounds like her kids are little brats, and she sounds like she's one herself. Now she has gone to the whole extended family complaining that I don't respect her. I am being unnecessarily rude to her when all she wanted was for my daughter to be healthy. She's also telling everyone that my refusal to accept her advice shows that I am a bad mother and she cares more about my daughter than I do. My husband, mother in law, and father in law are on my side and are defending me to any and all flying monkeys that calls them to complain about me. Now, since that didn't work, the flying monkeys are trying to contact me directly, saying that I disrespected someone who is elder than me and also have experience in parenting more than I do, so I should be apologizing to sister in law. My husband has stated firmly that I did nothing wrong and the apology should be coming from sister in law for undermining my parenting for months. Still, the flying monkeys are insisting that I am wrong and I should apologize. So, am I the asshole for telling my sister in law that I don't need parenting advice from her? No, you're not in the wrong. That was very inappropriate of your sister in law. She is not the parent. She has her mother practically raising her kids. Her kids don't listen, they're unruly, they're tied to the screen, and you are doing a wonderful job raising your child.